Okay, so I didn't even know this was a thing, but apparently Superman has surpassed the last 5 DCEU movies and going to, well, yeah, it will surpass the last 2 MCU movies. So that's pretty interesting. In just 10 days, by the way. We're talking about the last 5 theatrical DCEU and the last 2 theatrical MCU movies, their entire run. Superman is going to surpass them in just 10 days, which is absolutely phenomenal. So if you guys are coming to the channel for the first time, or maybe you've seen me before, came in before, and haven't already done so, please do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. We are so close to 29,000 subscribers. Like we are so close, and I can only hit that 29,000 with your help. So please do me a favor, smash the like, hit the subscribe. I would appreciate it dearly. So I was watching John Campia's channel yesterday, like I normally do. He's still one of my favorite personalities to go for news, amongst other people. And he did a video yesterday where he kind of talked about the overall box office of all these movies and how Superman surpassed them. So I'm just going to throw a screenshot up from the John Campia show over from yesterday, and he shows clear as day, like the past 10 days, Superman has surpassed Flash, Blue Beetle, Shazam 2, Black Adam, Thunderbolts, and by the end of this week, it will surpass Captain America, Brave New World, and Aquaman 2. This, to me, I think is absolutely phenomenal, because there is this stigma, or at least an agenda maybe going around the internet, that Superman has to make 700 million in order to be successful. Like you have all types of personalities out there, and they're like, oh, it has to make more than Man of Steel in order to be successful. And I've always said it doesn't need to make as much as Man of Steel or even more than Man of Steel to be successful. The future movies need to be more successful. That's the whole point, right? If you have a football team that sucked every single year, like my Buffalo Bills, right? Sucked for years. We get Josh Allen. Next thing you know, we're making the playoffs. So like even though we don't win the Super Bowl, hopefully one day, we're doing better than we did 10 years ago. And right now, the DCEU was in such a wreck toward the end of lifespan that the movies just weren't making money. If I throw John Campia's thing up there again, Flash made 271 total. Blue Beetle, which I liked, 131 million total. Shazam 2, 134 total. Black Adam, the movie that put the Rock's foot in his mouth, only made 393 million. And Thunderbolts, which had great critical praise, which is an MCU movie, 382 million. So we're at this, and this is the reason why this is so important for Superman, is because not only did it outperform the last 5 DCEU movies, but we fail to forget that the MCU is at a downslide. Like Thunderbolts did not do well. Captain America did not do well. And Aquaman 2, that did the best out of all these movies on the list, only brought in 440 million total. So Superman coming in, and Superman right now is sitting at 409 million, and it's just beginning its second week. Like we're just beginning its second week. So for Superman to get 409 right now, like that's pretty incredible when you compare it to these movies. Like if you look at the side by side and you look at the movies that John Campia listed here, right? By the end of this week, Superman will pass Captain America and Aquaman 2, and it's definitely going to surpass the last MCU movies. We don't know about Fantastic Four yet. Fantastic Four comes out this weekend. I thought all the trailers for Fantastic Four looked great. I'm looking forward to it. I will be catching it this weekend. Very much looking forward to the movie, but I just don't like the idea how people are trying to shame Superman, saying, oh, you have to make 700, 800, 900. They're trying to better their image for DC. They're trying to put the best foot forward. I remember when we were talking about Captain America Brave New World here on the channel, I said, look, this movie's going to flop. Regardless how well it's going to do, they completely reshot the entire movie. And Disney knew it was going to flop, but they went back and did the reshoots and spent the money because they wanted to course correct on what Marvel has been doing lately. That way, future movies will do better. But the whole point of them reshooting Captain America was to put together a better movie for the future movies. Well, I think what they're going to do with Superman is like, okay, this is a great start. Let's see how Supergirl performs. And then you start building that up. And then eventually later down the line, your movies start making 800 to 900 million. I don't understand where everybody feels like Superman, after the horrible track record that was the DCE, like, put up these numbers. Look at Black Adam. You had The Rock out there putting his foot in his mouth, trying to do a corporate takeover of DC and Warner Brothers, forcing Henry Cavill to come back, using him in the marketing. The movie still didn't make $400 million. And then, of course, Flash, Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle being the best movie probably on this list, at least for me. It didn't even make $200 million. So they want to redo their image so future movies will do better. And that's really the most important thing. The fact that after just 10 days, Superman brought in $409 million. By the end of the week, it will surpass the other two movies. Internationally, the movie's not doing well, which isn't great. But like I said, hopefully future movies, to me, this is a good stepping stone. This is a good sign. I really don't understand why people are coming out and being very toxic about it. And it's okay if you don't like something. If you didn't like the movie, that's fine. But to sit there and like sort of lie about the box office to fit a narrative, I don't like that, because anybody with a brain and common sense will look at it and be like, well, this has performed better than the last 5 or 6 DCEU movies. This has outperformed every MCU movie this year. Fantastic Four still withstanding. We won't know until a couple weeks from now how that's going to perform. But if you've been losing every single year and you have a movie come out and in just 10 days cracks $409 million, like that's success. They're like, okay, we're going up. The chart's going up. It's not going down. That's a positive. So you always have those people out there that are throwing shade at certain things. Not only that, Superman came in at number 1 again this weekend. No competition though, by the way. But it only dropped like 54% in the box office, which was really good for a pretty big opening. Now, of course, Fantastic Four is going to come in this next weekend and is going to take the number 1 spot. How much is going to make opening weekend? Not entirely sure. I think it's going to come in like around 95 to maybe 100, 110 at the highest. Could be more. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to Fantastic Four. Like, I hope this is the Fantastic Four, like Superman. Superman was the Superman movie that I've been wanting for years. I'm hoping this is the Fantastic Four movie that I've been wanting for years. And I'm hoping, man, in the same year, I get the Superman and Fantastic Four movie that I've always wanted. That's what I'm hoping. I don't understand why people feel like Superman has to make so much money in order to be a success. It doesn't. It's already a success for DC. Regardless of the budget, it's already a success for DC because people are talking about it. People are liking it. People are going to see it. And they sure as heck saw it a lot more than the last DCEU movies. So anyway, with that said, it's a success. Just my thoughts on it. But I want to know what you guys think. Please do me a favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. It only helps if you guys click it. And it helps me get up to 29,000, which I can only do with your support. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, look up.